Good Monday morning, everybody. A wet Monday morning. And it's now April. Monday, April 3rd, 2017. Life moves on, and so do we, to another day of Talking Fitchburg. Jeremy, Preston, Andrew, we're all here ready to serve you, the citizens of Fitchburg. Unless you're watching outside of the city of Fitchburg, then we bid you welcome.
Yeah.
Hello.
I love when Matt LePay says that. We bid you welcome. He does it a lot better than that. Yeah.
Bid you adieu.
Baba's in.
So today, guys, not that you care, but opening baseball. Well, actually, it started last
Opening
night,
day.
but
Yeah.
most opening day starts today.
Opening day at
Oh, there's a
Miller
lucky
Park, I
fan. Someone caught a ball somewhere out there.
Hey.
I like to believe it.
Started off with a couple of games last night, and Cubs already lost their first game of the season.
Congratulations.
So there you go.
Hey,
Congratulations.
right back to where they were.
0-1. It's okay. Yeah, they played St. Louis in St. Louis. Not sure. I would argue that the World Championship, they play their first game like at Wrigley.
I don't know.
I would think so, but
We'll put it to the people. Let us know. We got.
Call us from St. Louis right now.
let us
If you
know.
want to know. Yeah, so Brewers back in action tonight. We'll see how it goes. I heard it's another building season.
I have a feeling one of the guys is going to go down a slide at some point tonight.
Today?
Yep.
I hope so.
Ooh, I like that.
His name's Bernie. He's going to go down a slide.
Right.
Or
But-
somebody named Bernie in the parking lot's going to go down the slide
Yeah.
because they tailgated too much.
Very good. But let's get into these events we had.
Coming
Had
up on
some
the
spring
show
events.
today, we've got a busy show for you. We'll get you updated. This past weekend, I had some cleanup events, so we'll take you out to those. Coming up in Digest, we got the Verona Road construction update. We do it every Monday now that we're in construction season. And then later, city admin or city administrator, Pat Marsh, stops by for a visit, giving us an update on the city as a whole. And we wrap it up a little PB&J if we've got time. But first, we do need to kick it off with that spring cleanup events. There were a bunch of them over the weekend on Saturdays. They kicked off at 9 a.m., and we want to take you out there now.
So I'm Erica Klutmeyer, the City of Fitchburg Sustainability Specialist. We're out here in beautiful Dunn's March. I've got the Apache Pond just directly behind me. And to my right is the Red Arrow Pond. They are full of trash from wet, wintry season and a wet spring. And of course, as everybody knows, everything flows down to the lowest spots, and that happens to be our stormwater ponds. So we have a nice group of volunteers out today who are picking up trash, lots of plastic bags out here. As we always see, lots of plastic. I did find a full unopened bag of Swedish fish, which my kids would have probably opened and gobbled up, but I put them in the trash, and I'm sure we're going to find a lot of other interesting things yet today. But it's a beautiful day to be out at our annual waterway cleanups. We've got groups at 4 different locations picking up trash today, so they're out in celebration of Earth Month, and we appreciate all of our volunteers helping out. So it's really important for us to get plastic bags out of the waterways because it takes forever for them to break down, and they just persist in the environment for 100-year life or so. So it's really important to get those things out so that they're not harming fish or wildlife or other aquatic critters. Well, so I have been with the city for about 2 years, and this is my 3rd cleanup event. And this has been, Dunn's Marsh has been one of our core cleanup places. Lots of trash flows down here from the Belmar neighborhood and Allied Drive. So we come out here every year, and I believe this is our 9th year out here doing cleanups. But it's also great to see that other people in the community and with neighborhood associations have stepped up to volunteer to organize groups. So this year we have a new group at Corey Hill Park, led by Kim Workington. We have a group out by Swan Creek off of Cyene and Nine Bark. Chris Jamison's out there, and then Diane Strack is out at Yarmouth Greenway and Highway PD, cleaning up down along the Capital City Trail. And these are all Resource Conservation Commission members who are really involved in their neighborhoods and organizing these cleanups every year now. And we're super excited. We have a really charming and dedicated, passionate little 6-year-old girl, Addie, who is going to be organizing a waterway cleanup on April 22nd, right on Earth Day. She's going to be gathering folks at the Seminole Pool on Schumann Drive. So I hope that some of you can come out and help Addie, and hope for a nice sunny day for that event as well. Happy Earth Month. Get involved. We've got lots going on. Go to our website, Green Fitchburg, and you will find lots of fun things going on this month. We have a climate forum next week with Joe Parisi, Dane County Executive. I think it's going to be really interesting to find out what his vision is for climate action in Dane County and how we can get involved in Fitchburg.
Awesome job, everybody who went out. Thank you to the citizens, kids, and again, everybody who made it out to help out. Again, that next event is April 22nd. Preston.
Cool.
Work Zone Appreciation Week.
Yeah, so we talk
awareness.
about safety and being safe, especially on the roadways around here. And we talked in the past about how those workers that are working on the roads are in a particularly, precarious situation out there. So they had a little press conference at the end of last week, which I went to, and take a look at it right now.
The goal of Work Zone Awareness Week is to build public awareness about safe driving near and through road construction work areas. It can be a matter of life or death for both motorists and our workers. Although workers are extremely vulnerable to being struck by passing traffic, about 75% of the people killed and injured in work zones are the motorists themselves. I want to direct your attention to the cones in front of us. Sadly, these 9 cones represent the 9 individuals who lost their lives in Wisconsin work zones in 2016. Our goal in Wisconsin is to reduce the number of fatal and serious injury crashes to 0.
This event is very important to press forward this issue of being careful in work zones. All of us have observed really terrible behavior in work zones. And the more we can educate the public, we can drive down those crashes, those injuries, and those deaths in work zones. If we could tell people, be patient, be careful, and move through those work zones carefully, we could see these numbers drop and these terrible fatalities be reduced.
For the safety of both motorists and workers, we're reminding everyone that driving through a work zone is challenging, even under the best of circumstances. However, your reaction time and margin of error are greatly reduced if you speed, tailgate, or don't pay attention to rapidly changing road and traffic conditions. Distracted driving has become increasingly prevalent due to cell phone use. But it's not just cell phones that cause drivers to take their eyes off the road. Eating, adjusting the radio, and using navigational devices can also create distractions.
I want to emphasize the fact that this is very personal. This is about men and women who go to work every day on roads just like the one behind us to do what they do for us, for our safety, to make our roads safer for the people who travel on those roads. My dad was a construction worker who spent his spring, summer, and falls on roads just like this, on the sides of these roads. And I was fortunate that my dad was able to come home every night to his family for his entire career. But unfortunately, that's not the case and has not been the case for everyone who works road construction.
Many, if not all, highway commissioners have dealt with or heard of accidents, near misses, close calls, etc. in or near their work zones. In recent years, we've had at least 5 counties that have experienced the loss of an employee or employees. These tragic events have significant impacts to the families and organizations that these individuals are a part of. Those families and organizations never really recover, and they certainly do not forget. Today we are commemorating the sacrifices made by many highway and construction workers, their families, and to recognize that this upcoming next week is National Work Zone Awareness Week.
Through the efforts of the Wisconsin Department of Transportation and their assistance and their commitment to safety, work zone safety, we have been lucky enough to work over 200,000 hours on the interstate system since the projects have begun, man hours, with no serious injury. That, to me, is a very important thing for myself and our company. The biggest fear of owning a business is that you're going to get a phone call that you dread and that you hate, that someone has been injured, that someone has been hurt. Luckily, it has never been that any one of our employees has been killed, and I don't ever want to have to face that moment.
As you can see behind me, orange barrels line the interstate as crews work to improve a gateway to Wisconsin. The men and women working hard every day to deliver these projects have families to go to at the end of the day. So help us remind our family, our friends, and our coworkers that work zone awareness does not occur for just 1 week. It must happen all the time.
There you go. Last year alone, there were more than 2,800 crashes in work zones. So,
Yeah.
Like you said, this is work zone awareness. It's April through the 7th, but really it should go on all year long. So,
Yep.
slow down in those work zones. That's huge. Remember that cell phone thing. No cell phones
Keep
in the
them
work
put
zone.
away.
All right. Also, this week, we've got some water main flushing going on. We warned you about this a little bit earlier this month, but now it's here. Fitchburg Utilities will be flushing water mains Monday, April 3rd through Friday, April 14th. During the flushing, water may be temporarily discolored. This can be cleared by opening up the cold water tap to full flow for a few minutes. Please do your laundry in the evening when the water is clear. For more information, you can call the utilities at 608-729-1730.
Very good. Then we just want to quickly remind you that voting is tomorrow. So here's a quick look at sort of the information. This is where you will be voting at according to your district. All polling locations open at 7 a.m. They all close at 8 p.m. And just remember that all wards are in Congressional District number 2. So there you go.
Fantastic. And we wrap up this morning with Dane County among one of the healthiest counties in Wisconsin, according to this ranking. Here we go. Dane County is among the healthiest counties in Wisconsin. According to this survey, Dane County ranks 7th out of 72 counties for health outcomes, according to the annual county health rankings released by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and the University of Wisconsin Population Health Institution. So, way to go, Dane County.
Yay.
You're doing good. And it has to do with immunizations, the cutting down on smoking, and other factors. So there you have it.
Very cool.
All right, let's wrap up the day with a look at this week's meetings. Coming up next, we'll move into the Fitchburg Digest.